Last Dance episodes 7 and 8 were very insightful. It just gave you a deeper glance and behind the curtain of exactly what was going on, especially during Mike's most tumultuous times. The passing of his father, going to play baseball, baseball not working out. I think one of the key things that really caught me off guard was the fact that Mike had a big hitting streak when he first started. Then pitchers started changing up on him. He was struggling, but he got back to a point where he was hitting over 200. And if there wasn't a baseball lockout, that he might have made it to the major leagues. And one of the key things that I think is funny and kind of humorous, a lot of people don't even think about, what if baseball was in cahoots with basketball? People don't think about that. What if baseball brought in the replacement players on purpose in order to acquiesce to the NBA? Because some owners that own baseball teams own basketball teams as well. One of the things that I felt like the reporting was very crass was the fact that they said that maybe Michael Jordan's father passing had something to do with his gambling debts and everything like that. And when growing up as a kid, I heard that theory all the time, but that's just a bad way to talk about somebody passing and try to link it to something that Mike did. Another thing that stood out about the whole baseball, circling back to baseball, is the fact that people thought it was a secret suspension. So, Mike was always under the public scrutiny, and I felt like during that time, betting and gambling, it wasn't as accepted as it is today. There wasn't no FanDuel, and you only go to Vegas to bet. You can see why he retired. Passing of his father and everything like that. You can see that he was just tired of basketball, but he was just tired of being on strict restrictions. NBA has some of the strictest rules. Charles Barkley mentioned this before, or Jason Williams, one of those two. You could get into a fight, you get thrown through a glass, and you're getting suspended for you getting thrown through a glass. Let me look at Ron Artest. Ron Artest was laying on the bench. Somebody threw a beer at him. Yeah, he got suspended for trying to look for the person. And on top of that, defending himself against people that were rushing up to hit him. Because you got to remember the Malice in the Palace. Fans were coming to fight. A lot of them were drunk and inebriated. They wanted that smoke. And they got a whole heck of a lot of it. Overall, it was very insightful to the fact that, you really saw that Mike's father was a rock. And his father passing basically left him in uncharted territory to where he had to explore life for himself. And ultimately, it led back to basketball. But even then, he had struggles in basketball because he was training for baseball instead of basketball. So he had a baseball body instead of a basketball body. And, I know Reggie always says this. It was one of the biggest mistakes to train with Mike during Space Jam because they basically tuned him up to get back in shape. 96, when that team came back, they bust that ass and beat Gary Payton, won it on Father's Day. That basically brought it full circle. Like, hey, Dad, I'm paying tribute to you by playing baseball. It didn't necessarily work out, but I did what we set out to do. Came back in basketball, won it on Father's Day. And, it was really funny watching Gary Payton talk about tiring him out, wearing him out.
Just tire him out. Tire the out of him. You just got to tire him out. And I kept...
Mike's reaction was priceless. It was the most priceless reaction I've ever seen.
It took a toll, and then I feel myself resting him a little bit, and then resting him a little bit, and then...
But I love the fact that overall you got to see inner workings of his life in terms of relationships. Relationships with his teammates, relationships with his dad, relationships with the management. And I felt like it was more so his psyche.
Say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never won anything. It is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. Break.
Because he was very nasty and quick with the tongue, and people were like, well, that's a negative. But then when you look at the players that he was playing with and what they were trying to achieve, essentially they were trying to achieve a level of perfection that was never done. First, he did a three-peat. During that time, I think he became one of the second or third teams to ever get a three-peat. That wasn't the Celtics, wasn't the Lakers. So you do a three-peat in that manner. You etch yourself in stone. Like Magic didn't do it, Bird didn't do it, Isaiah didn't do it. You set yourself by yourself, set apart by yourself. Then you're going for more championships and a level of perfection that, quite frankly, at that time had never been seen before. So for him to be mean and raw and nasty, I think that was like the only way that he was really gonna get that level of game out of them and discipline, because he was leading by example, and if you didn't play up to his standards, then guess what? You're getting barked on. And to me, it's natural. Guys, it's natural. I played on many basketball teams. I played on teams where I wasn't the best player. You know, and you're looking at the best player on your team, and you see how he acts. Like they can be egocentric. They're loud. They get at you. They bark on you when you make a mistake, even if it's not your fault. But at the end of the day, it's a satisfying feeling when you win that game and you know like what you did and how you pushed each other. Both of you barking back and forth, shit talking each other. Like Scott Burrell was doing Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan called him a hoe. That's like the trending thing. Did Mike really call this dude a hoe? You was a hoe. But that, you know, when you win and get the ultimate goal, it's nothing but love and respect and admiration. I'm telling you this right now. Anytime I see any of my old teammates or anything like that, it's nothing but love. Even if we were arguing and scrapping and whatever the case is, on any team, it's nothing but love, nothing but respect. And I think that's what comes out of it. It's just like, yeah, we pushed each other. Yeah, we capped on each other. Yeah, we made fun of each other. Yeah, you know, sometimes we want to pass each other the ball. But look how that made us. Like, if you ever go back in the trenches with that person again, you look at them with a newfound respect. And I think overall, it's just a very insightful into what was going on at that time. You know, I don't take any offense to people cussing and all this other stuff, or call somebody a bitch or whatever during practice and all this other stuff, because to me that's normal. That's normal. People fight. People say what they gotta say. But that's it. Part 7 and 8 were really good. I can't get over Gary Payton talking about he was wearing Mike.
Just tire him out. Tire the out of him. You just gotta tire him out. And I kept hitting him and banging him and hitting him. It took a toll, and then I feel myself resting him a little bit.
He did turn around the series with his defense, but just the way that he said it, it was funny. You know, wearing them down, tired them out.
It took a toll, and then I feel myself resting him a little.
Hoops Junction with Hoops Meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.